Hello everyone, I'm MaxtraCheesy87 and this is Let's Play Trails of Cold Steel 2 Part 33. In the previous video we got started on our third Ymir rest day. We talked to all the NPCs and did our hidden side quest where we fought a big ol' hornet toad. And then we did some of the bond events. We still have 10 left, because of course we do. And let's get started. What's up, Milster? I'm super bored, so I think I might check out the souvenir shop. What kind of stuff do you think they've got over there? Think it's cool? No. We're about to have a major discussion about our class future. How can you be bored? Okay, you know what? Don't answer that. But you could at least brainstorm something to contribute to the discussion. Nah. You know, I'm never gonna come up with anything, and no matter what you decide, it doesn't change things for me. One way or another, Lamey and I are gonna keep on fighting with you guys. You just pick a path and we'll bust it open. I mean, I can appreciate that. Good to know, but we do value your opinion, do we? So, you might want to think things over. Maybe looking at some souvenirs would help clear my head. Tell you what, why don't I join you? I've been there tons of times, so you know, I'll be able to recommend something nice. Really? You're the best, Reen. Hey, do you have any of that Intelligence Division money to buy me an Abyss Shadow? Just asking, for a friend. Okay, let's go, go, go! Man, there really is a bunch of unusual stuff here. Pretty good selection for a place smack dab in the boonies. That's partly thanks to Master Kaife. He always brings things here when he comes to visit. Like those manju, for example. They're a confectionery item from the east that have been tweaked a bit. Whoa, they look really good. You think Lecter would like them? I don't know who the hell Lecter is. I mean, I know who he is. I mean, Reed has met him the one time, right? For like 8 seconds? Oh, so you're the one you're buying a souvenir for. Or he's the one you're buying a souvenir for. You got it! Oh yeah, I guess he did show up there as well. He bought me a little mystery strap when he was over in Crossbow, so I want to get him something too. Well, I mean, you probably don't want to give him food, because it'll be a little bit before he gets to be freed from his crossbelly prison. I kind of want to be something he can always keep with him over something that's going to go bad like food, though. That's a good point. I thought he was missing, though. No one's heard him since he was in Crossbow, right? He could be dead. Yeah, well, I'm sure he's fine. I mean, he's Lecter. It'd take more than a war to finish him off. Clear not survive, so I can't imagine he wouldn't. He's just gonna show up one day and be like, "Ha," and that'll be it. That is definitely what's gonna happen. Well, at least you trust him, I guess. And again, that makes sense. I mean, you Ironbloods probably think of each other like siblings, right? Or, I don't know, do you? So if that's the case, that makes Chancellor Osborne your dad? Maybe? Ugh. I don't know, I never thought about it like that. Especially with Gramps. I got siblings, sure, but it's hard to say if someone feels like a parent when you never had one. Wait, what? What does she mean she's never had any parents? I wonder what's gonna happen to Ironblood's now, though. Claire's got a job in the RMP, and she can even go without... And she can do even without Gramps around. But without him, there's no one there... Let's try this again. But without him there to give me orders and all my old missions finished, I don't know what I'm really supposed to do. I'm not needed as a piece on his game board anymore. Yeah, okay, like you're not a piece on his game board in the first place, you weirdo. I mean, really, he's the weirdo, but don't think like that, Milliam. I mean, it's not your fault if you're brainwashed from birth. Or made in the factory, whatever. Let me say this. Even if you're not needed on some game board, you are needed by us. And not as a piece. You're needed as a very important classmate and friend. Really? I can't tell you what you should do with your life from here on now. But what I can tell you is that we're here for you. And even if you don't know what to do with yourself now, I'm sure you'll figure things out eventually, with or without us. Huh. Maybe you're right, I do feel kind of like sticking with you guys, so I'll help you figure something out. And speaking of figuring stuff out, I'm buying a manju. My stomach is gurgling just looking at it. Milliam, do you have any money? Aren't you supposed to be buying a souvenir for Lecter? Well, whatever. He seems happier now, and I guess that's what matters most. Reen bought I'm not giving her my money. A Ymir manju, which she scarfed down in typical Milliam fashion as they left the shop. That was one tasty manju. Sharon's gonna be cooking up some grub for our discussion later, right? That's gonna be even better. I can't wait. Everyone has the weight of the world on their shoulders, and she's just riding along on top of it. Captain Claire? Is something wrong? Don't your legs get cold? Hello, Irene. It's nothing major. I just received an update from one of my men that contains some information I found personally relevant. Like, seriously, every girl wears a skirt. Like, it's cold as hell, people. I mean, you can wear some pants. No one's gonna be mad, hopefully. I just received an update from one of my men that contains some information I found personally relevant. Oh, well, I won't pry. But at the risk of sounding condescending, try not to push yourself too hard. Today's one of the few chances we'll get to rest. I appreciate the concern. Still, you have bigger things to worry about than my well-being, like the future of Class 7, for example. And with the town's defenses as solid as they are now, now's the perfect time to sit back and figure all that out. She's putting on a brave face, but I can tell she's more exhausted than she's letting on. Well, since we're so well defended, why don't we both take a little time to unwind? They have billiards at the Phoenix Wings if you're interested. What do you say? Well, given how many people we have trying to keep the town safe, sure, I'll take you up on that offer. We only play for money, though. What? There was only one sound of a ball going in the hole. I don't buy it. Yeah, if you pocketed all the balls in one shot. Fortunately, they all moved exactly how I calculated they would. Yeah, whatever, nerd. I'm sorry, I ended the game before you had a chance to take a shot, haven't I? Yeah, you know what? We're leaving. Thinking about it, games like these seem like exactly the kind of thing you'd be good at. I was probably walking into a bear trap the moment I invited you. Granted, I should have at least tried to hold back a little, sorry. Lecter would have done a better job of making the game more enjoyable for both sides, all the while leaving certain elements up to chance to keep things interesting. That lines up with my impression of him too. I always did peg him as a trickster. Still, I wish I was a better player. I'd be able to put up a halfway decent fight in that case. But how about I give you a few pointers while you're here? You don't mind? Not at all. I can teach you some valuable skills that are guaranteed to help. Making good use of them will be down to you, but they should allow you to improve your score when playing. Sure. Is there a score in this? Captain Claire then started happily teaching Reen how to play more effectively. She made even explanations on complicated issues and techniques sound simple, going through every step with limitless kindness and patience. And thanks to that, he was able to improve an astonishing amount in a relatively short period of time. Alright, now we duel Machias. Well done, that's the 9-ball pocketed as well. Thanks, to be honest, it's the first time I've been able to pocket all the balls without making a single mistake. You really are a natural at teaching. I wouldn't have been able to do anything at all if you weren't such a capable pupil. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask. I'm happy to keep practicing with you if you're up for it. Yeah, what's the, your bank account number? Really? You're a kind person, Captain. What made you say that? Well, it's true, you went out of your way to help us countless times on our field studies. And now you've chosen to accompany us here and help with protecting the village. It's easy to forget sometimes that you're part of the RMP or an Ironblood, or the fact that you just decided to give me your bank account information. That was really kind of you too. Feels like you're always there, watching us over from the shadows, and I really do appreciate it. I think you're overstating how much I've really done. I'm a Thoris graduate as well, after all, so I can't help but want to look out for others from the academy. In some ways I want to act like I'm still there, looking out for my classmates like an upperclassman would. But whatever your reasons, that doesn't change the fact that I'm grateful. I can't say for sure, seeing as I only have a younger sister, but if I had an older one, I'd have a feeling she would be just like you. Oh god, what the hell? Captain? What? Don't mind me. Please try to think of it as nothing more than a meaningless gesture. Yeah, okay, whatever. Regardless, I intend to continue doing whatever I can to aid you in the future. My primary duty may be to serve as the Railway Military Police and carry out the will of Chancellor Osborne, but I have no reason to believe that I'll ever be anything other than an ally to you in Class 7. I'd have a reason to believe that might change, because I want to beat up Osborne's ghost. I wouldn't have it any other way. I know that any help you can give will go a long way for us. While Reen still had no idea what prompted her sudden embrace, he wasn't able to press the subject further. Their conversation now over, they silently made their way back outside. Yeah, okay, that wasn't fucking weird or nothing. Sorry to spring that on you all of a sudden. I'm fine now, though. Please try and focus on what you and your classmates will do next for now. If I can help you in any capacity as an RMP officer, I will. Okay, so I think Emma was in the tavern. Gaius was in the chapel. Machias didn't have one because we hate him. It's so wonderful to be back with Celine again. Now I can focus on how we should act from here on out. Not that that will be, a particularly easy decision. Yeah, we're glad to have you weighing in on the matter, though. Oh, I just remembered, there's something I need to buy from the shop in the village. Oh? I can't tell you what it is, I'm afraid. It's a secret. I have no idea what she's talking about, but she looks happy about it. Now I'm getting curious. Stalking time, activate. I know Celine's not allowed, but do you mind if I join you with your shopping, if it's okay, I mean? Oh, you were saying Celine couldn't come. I thought you meant we couldn't come, and we were gonna activate Metal Gear Reen. I know the shopper pretty well, so I might be able to help you find whatever it is you're looking for. Really, that would be lovely. But you gotta stay here, Celine. Me and I can handle this on our own, so don't even try and follow us. Fine, whatever. All the secrecies keep creeping me out anyway. I didn't even want to know, dummy. Reen and Emma left a slightly sulky Celine behind and took off to the store to buy whatever it was Emma was searching for. Here we go, the color looks just right too. That's wool, right? I didn't know you could knit. I used to do it quite often back home, actually. I've been working on a scarf for Celine for a while now, sort of a reunion present. It's almost done too, but I ran out of wool, so I came here to buy some more. What do you mean working on it for a while? I mean, like, hadn't been... I mean, I guess maybe if you were working on it before we came to rescue you, possibly? That makes sense. In that case, why not finish it in our living room? That way you should be able to work on it without her finding out about the surprise. That sounds like an excellent idea. Thank you, Reen. After showing Emma to the mansion's living room, Reen decided to sit and accompany her as she worked, the both of them enjoying the soothing warmth of the fire. And then, yeah, like, Claire just, like, hugged me for no reason whatsoever. It was kind of weird. How's it going in your day, Ben? Made some tea, Emma. Wow, looks great so far. Also, I only made one cup and it's for me. Haha, get wrecked. Why, thank you, Reen. Emma, now, I don't want to be the one to tell you this, but I'm not like a master of knitting, okay? I mean, I've seen it done. I somewhat understand the idea behind it. Typically, based on my own observations, of course, once again, not being an expert, usually it seems like the knitting is made easier when the knitting tools actually have some wool on them. I mean, I don't mean to criticize, or, I mean, you know what you're doing, I would hope, but maybe just consider actually putting the wool on the knitting tools. Yeah, definitely. I can't wait to see how it'll look when it's done. I'd like to see how close the two of you are. Close, do you really think so? She's certainly important to me, but at the same time, she's not exactly pleasant to me most of the time either. I don't think she means any harm by it. I'll tell her that I said this, but she was really worried about you the whole time we were separated. I know for a fact that she cares about you, even if she has a tough time putting it into words. Really? Thanks for telling me. We've been together since the day I was born, but I guess I would have a hard time reading her. Once I began training to become a full-fledged witch, she became my familiar. In a sense, she's like a sister to me. Really, I'm kind of jealous. As far as siblings go, it's like you two can be completely open with one another. But when it comes to Elise, I always find myself holding back from saying what I'm really thinking. You say that, but I'm sure Celine is still keeping plenty of things from me. I can certainly be more open with her than I can with Vita, though, at least. If you don't mind me asking, how are the two of you related anyway? You said she was something of a sister to you when you first found out her true identity? She's a sister in the sense that we both trained to become witches together. I always admired and looked up to her, both for her skill in witchcraft and for her beautiful voice. Even now, I feel like I'll never be able to catch up with her in terms of raw talent. I see. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. All you can really do is keep trying, really. I suppose. One thing's for certain. You won't be able to catch up with her in a day. You didn't learn how to knit that scarf in a day, right? That took time. Catching up to Vita shouldn't feel any different. All you can do is keep trying to better yourself. And besides, when we fight her, you probably won't be in the party anyway, so don't worry about it. When you put it that way, you have a point. Thank you for the encouragement, Rean. I feel a lot better now. Eventually, Emma finished knitting the scarf and promptly delivered it to Celine. And while she may not have put it in words, it was obvious from her purring that she was very pleased. Just a human to make a scarf for a cat. What word does it even qualify as a good idea? You're supposed to be resting, not wasting your energy. Oh, she's so shy. I'm so glad that Celine ended up liking the scarf after all, even if she is still too embarrassed to wear it. I'm not embarrassed. I'm just distraught that you guys wasted time and energy making something for me. Make sure to get some rest now, okay? And, I mean, besides, it'd be kind of weird if I just, like, suddenly had a scarf and no one would know why if they hadn't done this one specific event. And also, we didn't want to, like, actually have to put a scarf on the cat because, like, it'll be extra work in the art department. I will. They're so happy together. Gotta be someplace where we can unwind together. In that case, why don't the three of us head to the foot bath? I got more than enough time to make we've got more than enough time and it's a great place to relax. And as you all know, cats are very fond of baths. That does sound like a good idea. Inviting a cat to take a bath? Yeah, I'll pass, thanks. Suit yourself, Celine. We'll see you later then. This feels wonderful. Celine was right. About what? You mentioned how the hot springs in Ymir have the ability to promote mana recovery for those who use them. Perhaps it's due to there being a spirit vein nearby, giving them the protection of the spirits. I mean, I think it's because the water's hot. Really, that's interesting. It's a shame Valimar can't jump in here with us then. That's very true. Oh. She's been fogged? Emma, your glasses have all fogged up, you know? I forgot to take them off. You didn't need to get that worked up about it. So, like, this world has internet, but no contacts. Although, come to think of it, what is it? Just staring an awful lot. Sorry, it's just something that's been bugging me for a while. Your eyesight isn't really all that bad, is it? Oh no, she's been caught. You noticed? Things get a little blurry, but it's not a major issue if I use a little witchcraft to compensate. I was gonna just say, like, couldn't she just use magic to make her eyesight better anyway? Thought so. You weren't wearing them for a concert, but your choreography was still dead on. So why wear them if you don't need them? In a sense, they're symbolic of a witch's way of life. I think they are symbolic of needing to be able to see better. A witch must carry out their duties while nestled in the shadows of history. Reveal your true nature and you risk straying from the witch's burden and becoming swayed by basic emotion. Grandmother's always said that to me ever since I was a little girl. That's, funny. I always pictured your grandmother as the friendly old lady, but it sounds like she's actually pretty strict. She has to be, really. She's both the Hexen clan's elder and a very powerful witch. So she has responsibility to guide us in all we do. Both Vita and I were scolded by her fairly often during our training. Yeah, I can see that now. But then one day Vita broke a taboo and vanished from the village. Grandmother seems to want to find her and punish her for what she did. But as for me... all the music, dude. All I want to do is talk to her and find out what made her do such a thing. If I could just learn that... Sorry, Emma. What are you apologizing for? You know, sometimes I wonder if I'm being too naive when it comes to Vita. Even still, I'd like to think I've grown at least a little. Maybe it's about time I stopped wearing these glasses too. Couldn't tell you why, but wearing them somehow makes me feel like I'm always keeping secrets from all of you. I mean, you don't have to, I don't really give a shit, being honest. Not wearing them would suit you. You don't have to stop wearing them. I mean, you can wear your glasses. I don't care. Rean gently put Emma's glasses back on her. Rean? I don't see why you should force yourself to not wear them if you want to. Besides, we're all used to you wearing them now. Really? Still, whether you choose to wear them or not, and whether you're a witch or not, for that matter, you're still the same Emma we always loved. Don't forget that. Thanks, Rean. That's such a sweet thing to say. After that, they both remained at the foot bath and continued whirling away time with pleasant chatter. That one was pretty good, I'll admit. Oval, hang out with me, dude. Oh, that was so relaxing, and thank you again for encouraging me. I'll be sure to take what you told me to heart, I promise. Besides, we got rid of Monkeys' glasses. Someone has to wear glasses in the crew. It was some bright red ever since you got back. Typical, even dilly-dallies all over the place while you have to be... Well, I have to be the adult and figure out what to do next. That was so relaxing. Thank you again for encouraging me. Okay, so we got Gaius. I don't know where Eustace was. I guess he's in the Phoenix Wings. We got Gaius, Eustace, Elliot. So 2 for Eustace, 1. We're still missing 2 bot events. Well, I guess Sarah maybe has one. I don't know where she's at. I figured a quiet church would be a perfect place to sit and think about what we can do. But so far it hasn't done me much good. There has to be something we can do to help the people of Erebonia, but what? Yeah, though hopefully whatever we decide on will help people in Nord too. There's gotta be something that only we can do that'll help better people's lives. So you just need to figure out what. And that's about the point I'm at. Still, if we keep thinking it over, I'm sure the winds and the goddess will grant us their inspiration eventually. This actually does seem like a pretty good place to brainstorm. Should I join him for a while? Yeah, sure, I suppose. You know, now that I think about it, there's someone I'd like you to meet. A friend of mine, in fact. A friend of yours? Yep, follow me. I'll introduce you. You should be in the village right now. What? Gaius, is this friend of yours in the room right now? I can't sense anyone. I suppose even you would have trouble sensing him. Especially if you're trying to sense a person. What am I looking for? Do you have your hawk or something? Yeah. Here he is. He followed us all the way? Does he have a name? Can we use him in combat? Can he lower strength and defense? Is that a hawk? It's like the one who helped save us from those Jaegers in Nord. The very same. In fact, he's a friend of mine who watches over the Nord Highlands from above. His name's Zio. He was named after one of the warriors who fought alongside Emperor Dracos during the war. Scree, caw-caw, I'm a bird. He looks so cool up close. What's he doing all the way out here? Your guess is as good as mine. I spotted him on the roof of the Phoenix Wings last night. He might have followed our scent. All the way from Nord, though? That's quite the distance. Wonder why he'd follow us. Wish I could say for sure, but I like to think he wants to lend us his aid. He wants to slip up a few times during our battle, so I imagine he thinks he could make things easier. Scree? I see. Well, he's already gotten us out of the blind once, so if he's got your glowing endorsement, he'll make a hell of an ally. Okay, welcome to the team, Not yet. My time has not yet come. Gaius has not reached a high enough level to use me in combat. I think he's trying to say that he has no intention of getting too friendly with us. He'll just watch over us from above, like he did before, lending us his aid when he sees fit. That works too. In that case, thanks for watching our back, Zio. Scree? Maybe in the next game, Gaius will get a cool attack where he summons a hawk. Oh, we're finding new allies left and right these days, aren't we? It certainly feels that way, though I bet he sees us more as weaklings in need of protection than allies. Either way, I'm sure his support will be invaluable in the days ahead. Yeah, I don't doubt that. And I can say the same about yours. Likewise. Quietly watch Zio fly off into the distance before returning to the church together. Oh, he did actually learn the thing. He learned the craft Hunter Wing earlier than he otherwise would. Craft allows him to summon Zio to do damage in a lot. That's really cool. So you would have learned it normally, but you actually get a little benefit. Does it do anything? It does lower. It lowers defense. It doesn't lower attack and defense, but seems pretty good. Gives him an impede as well, which is something that I remember last time we were using Gaius. I was looking for an impede on one of his abilities, and he didn't have one. Seems very good. I don't know, Gaius, I mean, he's in this weird situation where... Honestly, I think in the first game he was kind of better than Fee, but now, Fee with the flat 30 evasion is just, stupid strong. Especially considering with this difficulty mod, you actually do damage unbuffed. So the counters are always good as well. Because, you know, with the first difficulty mod, like, you didn't do damage unless buffed. But in this game, buffs actually, you know, instead of just allowing you to do damage, they actually, you know, buff you. I'm sure Zero will be keeping a watch out for us, but for now we know that we've got a captive audience, and we have to make sure we don't disappoint him. Still, as long as we're together, I'm sure we'll make him proud. I don't know. We did everyone in the mansion, right? I guess, does Sarah have two? But I don't even know where she is. But that's the only one that makes any sense, right? I guess Sarah has two and Eustace has two? Ah, there you are. Okay, so I guess we'll do Eustace and Sarah and then end things with Elliot. And we'll probably have enough time to, maybe do a little story progress? Possibly. Deciding what, actually, I don't know. This will probably take about 25 minutes, because they're about 5 minutes apiece, but deciding what our class should do has proven more difficult than expected. Still, I left Brea hard so that I could make my own decisions about my life, and I'll make this one for myself too. Even if the decision is yours, the burden doesn't have to be. House Albrea's problems concern every single one of us. There's no reason you need to sort all this out on your own. We've been with you this long. That's not going to change. Thank you, but I'm aware. I bet a break would help clear his mind and make better decisions. Should I drag him into one? Yeah. Hey, if you want to come look after Arthur with me for a bit? Who in the blazes is Arthur? Oh, is that the name of our family's horse? Got it in one. Since you're kind of a horse expert, I'd really appreciate it if you could help me out with him for a little bit. Why not? I'd like to see him myself. Lead on. This is a fine horse. His mechanical operations are at peak efficiency. He has a strong air of dignity about him, much like the young horses back at the academy. Yeah, he does. He's pretty friendly too, isn't he? He's been here since Dad took me in, so he's getting up there in years. But he's still got that same energy. Dad still takes him hunting out every day. Well, not every day. I don't know. I want to try to avoid you saying the word. I see. I imagine his dignified appearance is a result of much experience then. He does appear to be in dire need of some exercise, however. His muscles aren't quite as defined as they should be. Wow, I'm amazed you could tell. You're not in the riding club for nothing. He hasn't had much chance to get out and about since Dad was injured, so that's probably why. Then if I can, I'd like to do something about that. Let's say you give him a good brushing before we take him out. I think he'd like that a lot, actually. After brushing Arthur and giving him all the care and adoration a horse could dream of, Reen and Eustace took him out onto the mountain path. He seems really happy to be out of the village. It's been quite a while since he last had the chance. So it appears. I imagine he would rather go out hunting with his master, however. Horses are always more comfortable with their usual rider. My family and the riding club are no exception. That makes sense, and with Dad's injuries, I don't think he'll be fit to go out hunting anytime soon. Speaking of the riding club, do you have any clue what's going on back at Thor's? You were the one who managed to get the bike out of there, so I figured you might know something. Mind you that I was only able to do so through the Noble Alliance. I tried to make use of my position as a member of House Albrea as best as I could. Unfortunately, my authority pales in comparison to Father Rufus's, so I'm afraid that was the most I could do. That's a shame. Still, I appreciate you trying. I really do owe you a lot, even for little things like helping me look after Arthur. I hardly think I deserve your thanks. Being my father's son and some of the responsibility for his disgraceful actions falls upon my shoulders as well. I have a duty to do all within my power to atone for that to both Baron Schwarzer and Ymir's people. I'm sure my brother feels similarly. I don't. Even if he appears to be prioritizing his role in the Civil War at the moment. Like I said back in Breahard, there's no reason for you to feel responsible for what happened here. I understand that you're concerned about your father and your brother, but dwelling on the past benefits no one. All we can do is keep moving forward. You do have a point. No burden out there exists that you should have to shoulder alone. Not as long as you're a member of Class 7. As long as you work together, we'll be able to carry the weight of any burden. One would think I'd be used to how our class works by now. The Imperial Nobility should show its spirit through actions over words. Exactly. We both know what we need to do. We swore to one another when we fought that moment you came back to us. Indeed, and I fully intend to do as I promised. The two continued walking along the path with Arthur a little longer, then eventually turned and descended the mountain. Of course, upon their return to Ymir, they gave him a generous heaping of food before going back to the Phoenix Wings. Horses are wonderful creatures. After spending some time with yours, I have to admit that I am feeling more optimistic. Despite the fact that I'm still freezing, and after all that time outside, and to think I should get to wear pants. Perhaps I should head over to the tavern and get a hot cup of tea. That should make planning our move easier. I wouldn't mind a cup myself. A nice cup would hit the spot right about now. Actually, mind if I tag along? I'll help you brainstorm. No objections here. Who's ever wearing green has to buy. Oh no, Eustace, dang. Sucks that you're wearing green. Gotta buy the tea. Reen and Eustace then walked to the tavern, and both of them ordered their tea as any fine Erebonian gentleman would. Yeah, okay, whatever. Oh, you're here, Reen. Is it time for Eustace to flex his good with children muscles? Hey, Alpha, Kiki. Hello. Welcome to our tavern. Thank you for your hospitality. Are the two of you going off to play somewhere? Uh-huh, we're just not sure what we want to do, though. I wish you could have more stone like the last time you were here. That'd be fun. But please, no. I'm glad to see you're back to your usual cheerful self, Alf. I was horrified when I heard those Jaegers had used you as a hostage, but you don't seem too worse for the wear. They did? It was no big deal, and Mr. Baron saved me in the end. He's just trying to act tough. He spent hours crying afterwards. Shut up, Kiki. No, I didn't. Anyway, now that we've run into you, could you maybe come play with us? We haven't been able to play together in forever. I don't know. We got a pretty busy afternoon ahead of us. Lots of, infinite talking. I see no harm in joining them. We can't spare too long, but we could certainly play for a little while. Really? Yay! Okay, let's go outside then. What's gotten into him? Reen and Eustace were then led outside by Alf and Kiki. After a brief debate on what to play, they decided to go with the classic, hide and seek. Everyone ready? Ready. Found you, Kiki. Already? Well, that's boring. Well, maybe you should have picked somewhere better to hide. Okay, now to find everyone else. Reen, you should hide behind the rock? I found you, Reen. Wow, you couldn't have picked a place that was less obvious. You stood behind a pole, okay? Well, of course it's gonna be easier to find me. Both of you are looking for me. I guess I'd leave Eustace. Okay, let's go find him. Eustace is cutting on an airship back to Brayhard. Fucking find me now, assholes. What you doing here, Eustace? Nothing, now go away. There he is, I found him. That didn't take too long. You all suck at hide and seek. You suck. You're playing hide and seek? That sounds fun. I want to play too. After Million joined in, they all play hide and seek for a short while longer, with each of them taking turns at being the seeker. Man, children really do have unlimited energy. I'd say a certain classmate of ours has far too much energy by those standards. So I can never become quite used to playing outside. It's been a while since I last played outside like this. I wouldn't expect you to join in either. I know you're always a hit with kids and all, but still. I wanted to do something to raise their spirits a little. The sooner that boy can forget that awful memory being taken as a hostage, the better. So that was what you were trying to do. That's really nice of you, Eustace. Still, you don't need to worry so much. The children in Ymir are made of sturdier stuff than you think. The thing we can do is make sure they have to never go through something like that again. Indeed. I, for one, have no intention of allowing my father to ever do anything so foolish again. But I know that I won't be able to stop him alone. I hope I have all of you standing at my side. That goes without saying. As both nobles and members of Class 7, we have a duty to do whatever we can. And give it everything you've got. Come on, you didn't say the words of power? We unfortunately spent more time outside than in, but the exercise did us a reasonable job of warming me up. After all that recreation, I think it's time for me to start thinking. I need to decide on how I should best act, as both as a member of this class and as a noble of the Empire. Or you could, like, quit caring so much about, like, you know, what your great-great-great-great-granddad did a long time ago and just act like a normal person. Well, seeing as Toval and Miles are safe, I'm guessing all the braces here in Ereboni are probably okay. All three of us. Wish I could say the same for our colleagues over in Crossbell, though I can't even touch with Wenzel. A friend of yours? Let me go back a ways, yeah. He used to be registered as a bracer here, but eventually packed up and moved to Crossbell. Anyway, leave worrying about the guild dust. You got enough on your plates as is. Just focus on what move you guys are going to make next. Feel like you need a break? I'd be happy to join you, though. Maybe I should take her up on that. Sounds nice, actually. Would you mind hanging out for a while? Striking while the iron's hot, I see. Alright, I could use the company. I was actually thinking of heading to the tavern for a drink or two. What do you say to a little change of venue? That's fine with me, but I'll stick with living the dry life. Figured you'd say that. Come on, then. No sooner had they arrived at the tavern than Sarah asked Geralt for alcohol recommendations. And after she offered to pay, Rean settled on a ginger ale. Ah, this is the good stuff. It's got a very mellow taste, but it's sweet and refreshing too. I had no idea you could make something so good out of rice, of all things. It's kind of alcohol from the east that Master Kaife brought here, I believe. Well, you know I can't say that. Geralt said it's called Junmaishu. That Master Kaife sure knows his stuff. He sounds like a man I'd love to drink the night away with. He's always been a bit of a heavy drinker, so I'm pretty sure he'd take you up on that if you asked. But you might want to cut down on the booze. The thing's so shaky now, you never know when you'll need to take action. I know. I'm not planning on getting myself plastered when you've got the discussion later on, so don't freak out. I think I earned a bit of alcoholic relaxation time personally. After all, I went cold turkey while I was in hiding. It was torture. Would you deny your poor instructor some sweet relief? Sure, relief. Let's call it that. What have you been doing all this time anyway? We didn't hear so much as a rumor about you. You just kind of like showed up because it was like, we forgot to write Sarah into the plot. She shows up at the end. She's part of the team now. I was lying low, gathering what information I could through connections with my guild years. Information about what was going on elsewhere in the country, the capital in particular, that kind of stuff. In the capital? Did you manage to find out anything? No more than you did yourself, sad to say. The Noble Alliance is doing a great job of keeping me information from leaking out of the city. After that, I decided to sneak into the Croydon province to follow the Alliance's movements from there. And that was when I ended up getting in contact with Eustace. I see. Pretty impressive you're able to do so much all on your own. Well, working alone and gathering information are two things I had to get used to during my guild years. So it was nothing new for me. If anything, I'm more impressed with everything you've managed to do. I was glad to see everyone here was okay after that Jaeger attack too. Sounds like it was a high-ranking corps. Yeah, they were pushovers. Yeah, the Northern Jaegers under orders from Duke Alvarea. Fortunately, there are no fatalities, even if the experience was pretty traumatic for everyone. Dad's looking up now too, so there's no real long-term damage there. Had the goddess's blessing in that respect. Sorry I couldn't be there to help you when you needed it most, Rean. Hey, you don't need to apologize. You couldn't have possibly known what was going to happen. Something wrong? You look distracted all of a sudden. It's nothing. I was just thinking about what a relief it is that your dad's okay. He always seems such a pleasant man, especially for a noble. Handsome, too. Oh, no. I don't like where this is going. Relax, I'm just kidding. Anyway, all that aside, you made it this far, you can make the rest of the way, too. Just keep your eyes on the future, and that starts by deciding what to do next. You're right, we'll all be counting on your support. Ah, this stuff is awesome. Can you always let me finish before you wind up passing out on the floor? Finishing her drink, Rean led an ever so tipsy instructor Sarah back to the Phoenix Wings. All those drinks got me feeling kind of sleepy. I can't afford to doze off during a discussion later. Maybe I should go out and get some air. A little exercise always sobers you up faster for some reason. How about it? Want to join me? What should I do? Alright. Alright then, I'm up for it. You are? Attaboy, Rean. Actually, since you got plenty of morning left to fritter away, I've got an idea. What would you say to a little one-on-one training? Sounds good to me. Just maybe don't rough me up too much. Well, let's take this somewhere a bit less populated then, shall we? Hey, can I ask you for a friend? Could you teach me how to use a gun and a sword? I didn't realize that was an option when I was choosing my class at the start of the game. I'd really like to re-roll as that class. Just being a sword feels kind of lame. Together, Rean and Sarah headed out into the valley. There, they found a nice, quiet area to hold their impromptu training session. You've definitely gotten stronger while I've been away. Good to see that getting that 90 or hasn't caused you to start slacking on your training. I'm still no match for you, though. He's holding back, but only just. I think if I really try, I might just be able to beat her. She clearly wants me to do it, and if that's what she wants, and I'll show her just how much I've improved. You know, fired up now. I wouldn't want to have it any other way. Let's pick things up where we left off. Right. I was really hoping it would actually let us fight her, but... Come on, that all you got? I hope that isn't it, because you're not going to be able to rescue your sister or the princess. That's the best you can do. You remember when I said you were the center of Class 7? Well, I still feel that way even now. And I won't rest easy until I know the center's capable of beating me on his own at least once. Do the thing, Ring. Ring, do the thing. Oh, he's Gale, dude. He's Galed it. Okay. I mean, Ring, you got the teleport part, right? But you have to, like, you know, swing your sword. I'm so sorry. You alright, Ring? Yeah, I'm fine. You just fucking slashed me. I'm cut in half. I don't know, that was no match for you. Phew. That was your victory, not mine. What do you mean? In that last attack, you was going to be far more powerful than I thought you were capable of. I was forced to stop holding back in order to block it. That's a victory in my book. Clearly, all that stuff you've been doing is great for your training. I'd really like to think so. I chalked that up to luck, personally. I wasn't even thinking. It was more like my body acted on its own. I need a lot more practice where I can pull off feats like that at will. You understand that's what? Then I need to say no more. But don't worry, I'm sure if you train enough, you'll be able to do it. Have faith in yourself, yeah? You've got both the potential and the mindset to achieve great things. I'll try. Maybe one day you'll be as great a swordsman as Arios and get to miss every single one of your attacks because Lloyd has 100% evasion and he's dummy thick. He can't be hit. Now exhausted, the two of them went back to the village. I don't even want to think about how bad that last attack could have hurt him. I feel like this war is causing the old me to resurface. And we have reason to believe she was probably like a Jaeger in the past. Like, you know, she went like Jaeger to Bracer to Instructor. The classic pipeline. Have a little faith in yourself, Reen. You've got the potential and the right mindset to accomplish great things. It's just a matter of putting your mind to it. I'm really looking forward to seeing how far you'll be able to go. And then last, but definitely not least, everyone's favorite, the Elster. The one we acknowledge no slander towards. Sitting here, it brings back memories. Remember trying to lock down ideas for our concert in the middle of our trip? I guess it wasn't that long ago, but it feels like a lifetime, especially since Crow was with us then, even though he never talked the whole time. It was kind of weird. Yeah, it really does. But it's not another lifetime, is it? It's this one. There's no reason that all of us hanging out and having fun has to stay a thing of the past. The only hard part is figuring out how to make that a reality again. Which is admittedly pretty hard, but I'm thinking of ways to make it happen. It doesn't really sound like he's getting anywhere. Maybe a break would help clear his head. Come on, Elliot. Let's take a break. The more frustrated you get over not being able to think of anything, the less likely it is you actually will. Yeah, I guess you're right. I know just thinking to clear my head. You used to play the lute, right? If it's still around, we can take a look at it. The jam session? Reen and Elliot managed to scrounge up Reen's old lute from the darkest depths of the mansion. Instruments in hand, the two of them headed over to the tavern. Well, we managed to get permission to play here, but I gotta say, I'm feeling pretty tense about this. I haven't touched this lute in forever, so playing in front of a crowd all of a sudden is a bit, you'll be fine. Just play it like you played the guitar during the festival. One of the best things about music is that it can be made with any combination of instruments. Well, if you insist, I'll give it a go. Better to try and fail than not try at all, right? Yeah, people say that and then they fail and they're like, fuck that, this shit sucks. Old Camptown lady, sing that song, doo-da, doo-da. And so, the two started to play alongside one another. To their relief, the customers in the tavern seemed to enjoy the performance, even giving them a round of applause until it was over. Yeah, that was actually pretty fun. See, I told you it'd be fine. Not being up on stage or having lights in your face takes off a lot of the pressure, too. I sometimes used to perform like this at the concert cafe back at home. Really? Still, I'm guessing it'd be even more fun if I could play half as well as you do. I don't know if I'm really as good as you make me sound, Reen. I've got a lot of practice ahead of me if I ever decide to pursue a career in music, emphasis on the if. That's right, your dad's finally giving you permission to go through it if you want. Not like he can stop him anyway. I mean, Elliot's fucking beat his ass and say, I'm gonna become a musician, there's nothing you can do to stop me. Have you started giving it any serious thought yet? Yeah, a bit, not that I'm getting anywhere. I'm happy to have his approval, but it's still not a decision I can make lightly. It's probably silly to even thinking about it now. I mean, we gotta need to focus on getting through this war first. Not at all. There's nothing wrong with giving thought about your future when you can. You're right, that if it's something you can't take lightly, it's still hard to tell how things will be after the war ends. But if pursuing a life of music is what you decide to do in the end, you've got my full support too. Not just your dad's. Thanks, Rean. But right now we need to focus on our future as a class. Once the war's over, then we can start looking for the future. Yeah, you're right. Thank Geralt for letting them perform there. Rean and Elliot helped clean up the tavern. Once they were finished, they happily walked back to the Phoenix Wings. Not level 4, Elliot? You won't become level 4 buddies with Rean? Alright, okay, never mind. You're not my favorite anymore. Performing with you is just what the doctor ordered. Break's over now, though. Time to get back to thinking. Our future's at a crossroad here. We can't make the decision lightly. Granted, is Elliot my favorite character? I mean, not really, but he's up there, honestly. I think he doesn't get the respect he deserves. I don't know what to do now, because we have like 45 minutes left, which is like an awkward amount of time. Can I enter alone? I don't know. Invite everyone. That wasn't everyone, but they'll do. Is there anyone we haven't talked to? Pleased to say it's been repaired. I think we might just kind of. I mean, the last few videos have gone long. Like they've been like well over usually at least over an hour or so. So maybe this video will be a slightly bit shorter because I don't really want to start a cutscene or something and get lost up in that sauce. So I guess we'll stop here, just a little on the early side. And next time we will, I guess we just go to the mansion and rest, and then we do the meeting. I didn't see any red markers in there, so. Someone talked to Zeno and Leo about why they left me behind. Being part of Class 7 is more important to me now. Well, I'm gonna stay with you. I know I'll get my chance to ask them. What? I like to think that she was talking to the dog, not Rean there. Angelica's mobile bike. I want to take good care of this in Angelica's place. Can I ride it? No? Alrighty. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.